Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Springfield, South Dakota man is behind bars this morning accused of trying to entice elementary school students in Sioux Falls. Investigators say Anthony Lewis was trying to get a child to go with him last Friday morning. When a school employee confronted him, Lewis left.
Later that afternoon, police say the suspect approached children outside another school. Authorities arrested Lewis Monday afternoon on charges of enticing a child and kidnapping. Police in Aberdeen are still looking for who is responsible in multiple car thefts Thursday night into Friday morning.
They posted to social media that 5 vehicles were stolen in Aberdeen and 2 additional in surrounding areas. All of them have been recovered and 2 had damage, but no arrests have been made.
Most of the cases we have are crimes of opportunity. Occasionally, windows are broken out and valuables stolen from a car, but most offenders take advantage of the easiest crimes they can commit.
Police also stress the importance of taking guns out of vehicles and storing them in a secure location, especially as we move into hunting season. A student at O'Gorman High School was told to cut his hair and adhere to the school's dress code. But Braxton Schaefer does not want to cut his hair.
Braxton will be allowed to stay at O'Gorman this semester. His family says they don't know where he'll study next semester, but it won't be at O'Gorman.
Our dress code is an important part of our culture and climate that we create in our schools, in Catholic schools.
It's really damaging his freshman year. So we hope for the best for him for the rest of the semester.
Braxton's mom says the length is integral to what her son's hair means to him. A lady who styles Braxton's hair organized a photo shoot in downtown Sioux Falls last night.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Plenty of sunshine out there this week, Brian.
Yes, lots of sunshine, lots of dry weather coming up too in this forecast. As we look at the highs yesterday, we managed mid-80s in Sioux Falls and quite a few 80s actually on the maps. 85 degrees on Pierre, 83 yesterday in Aberdeen. And I think today we're going to be pretty similar to that, except the wind will be less. Sioux Falls area about 5 to 15 this afternoon. 87 our projected temperature in Mitchell, 89 and Chamberlain and Winter. That's a quick look at weather, and we'll talk about the details on the 7-day forecast in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Brian. One Harrisburg teacher received help from a business as she set up her classroom this year.
Through a post on social media, Shields worked to find a teacher to give back to this year and gift some of the items off their Amazon wish list to help with the classroom needs. They selected Ellen Weber, a first-grade teacher from Harrisburg, at random and was able to surprise her with items for her students.
It's just cool to see how well we're supported by the community, and so for us to kind of turn that back around and give back to them and just celebrate them and see the looks on their face when they get that is really rewarding for us.
Some of the items in the gift basket included books, a lava lamp, and headphones for the students. If you use Sioux Falls public pools, you may want to put this on your calendar.
The city is hosting a series of public meetings about the future of its pools today and tomorrow. It's an opportunity for residents to give their input on how to address the city's aging aquatics facilities.
We want the focus to be on serving the residents and the users of the pools, so getting their input early in the design process is key.
The first 2 meetings will mostly address aquatics citywide. They're happening today at 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock at the City Center.
Tomorrow's meetings will be more focused on specific pools. The Keene Park neighborhood meeting is at 4:30 at the Keene Community Center. The Frank Olson meeting is at 6:30 at Cleveland Elementary. Patton says there will be more meetings in the future.
One Rapid City pool will go to the dogs this weekend. The Humane Society of the Black Hills will host its 7th annual Wags and Waves fundraiser at the Jimmy Hilton Pool in Sioux Park.
It runs from 1 to 4 p.m. this Sunday. A $5 donation is requested at the gate. Proceeds will support the Humane Society. The pool will be closed and drained after the event. The South Dakota State Fair begins in just a few days. Organizers suggest buying your tickets ahead of the September 1st start date on the fair's website. Also, know which gate you are going to use and arrive early to find parking.
Fair admission is $4 for kids and $6 for adults. Midway rides, grandstand entertainment, and other activities cost extra. The South Dakota State Fair wraps up on September 5th.
A Rapid City man recovering from a major surgery has learned he is $63,000 richer. Joel Nielsen bought a ticket for the lottery in late July, but after having a liver transplant, he didn't even think to check if he was a winner.
When he finally did check them, he found he was one of 2 winners of $126,000 jackpot. Nielsen hopes to spend his winnings on golf clubs and a trip to Wyoming, as well as charities benefiting veterans in honor of his son. And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast today, we're rebounding from those 50s this morning. Even a few locations have dropped to the 40s, but quickly rising right around 90 out in Phillip today. Rapid City, probably between 85 and 90 there, and mid-80s in Custer. So we'll have no trouble seeing some warmth this afternoon, as folks in southwest Minnesota will be slightly cooler. Lows tonight, Marshall, probably mid-50s there. We're looking at around 60 or low 60s in Rapid City. And dry skies, the theme of the forecast, isn't it? You've seen the 7-day. We're really absent of any major rain. If we see anything tomorrow in the region, it'll stay in Nebraska. So for much of South Dakota, we're expecting to stay dry. Wednesday night into Thursday, more of the same. Temperatures obviously having a tendency to go up, as we have some pretty large areas of hot weather in the Pacific Northwest to come across the Rockies. There is, though, a little chance on Saturday to cool off, just a few degrees. We'll take advantage of that, because then even past or getting into Labor Day itself, we got a lot more heat out west, and you know where that's going. More of that trying to edge to the east as we go through time. So much more of that to say in the days ahead. But it does keep our weather pattern a lot of the time drier. We'll keep watching, see if anything changes, but that's kind of the status quo. 80 degrees today in Worthington, 85 in Rapid City. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast. We're close to 90 on Thursday and Friday. I think Sioux Falls drops back, though, on Saturday, closer to 83, and then 87 by Monday. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast for Aberdeen. We're looking at temperatures likely in the mid to upper 80s Wednesday through Friday. A little cooler on Saturday, but I kept it dry for now, as that frontal system just doesn't have a lot to work with here. And likewise in Pierre and Rapid City, warming up, mid-90s, in fact, on Thursday. We'll be back probably low 90s on Friday, depending on what time of day that front arrives. Hopefully cooling us a little bit on Saturday. And everything is also fairly dry in Rapid City and the Black Hills the next 7 days. And warm temps, too, upper 80s and low 90s. Find out more details with the weather online at KEBOLAND.com.